Criminology series, The Coven, Part 2 by Dana Elizabeth. Please like and subscribe before we begin. Although Jet was a certified member of the team, she had a unique job with specific instructions. Jet only reported to the deputy director, Greg Hawkins. Greg was responsible for approving the funding for the FBI operations. Once a case was assigned to Jet's team, they would meet to set out the plan before the team actually went in the field to investigate. Jet's visions and intuition were worth a lot to the FBI, and she was highly protected. Reporting to Greg was mandatory before going into the field. Jet took a short power nap and recharged after channeling and discovering the letter that Satin had written. As she opened her eyes, she saw the back of Greg's head. Startled, she blurted out, "Hey, when did you get here? I didn't even hear you come in." "Yes, I know. I'm sorry if I startled you, Jet. Josh showed me the video of your vision, so I came to review the details before the team meeting." Josh was not supposed to be involved, but Jet understood that the events that led up to Josh filming her actually worked in her favor because she had a backup eyewitness of her encounter during her psychic vision. Greg could tell that Jet was a little frustrated that Josh shared the video, but as they looked at each other, they exchanged a glance of agreement and they quickly moved on. "All right, lady, I'm ready when you are," Greg said as he grabbed the case folder and its contents. He held the main door open and waited for Jet to walk through. They quickly entered the elevator and took it down to the basement level where the team held their meetings. Greg was an older man, slightly balding with a mustache and a beard. He wore glasses that turned into shades once the sun was present. Honestly, Jet always thought he looked like the stereotypical description of an FBI agent. He was old enough to be her father, and she had a lot of respect for him and his advice. Greg had started as an agent also, but after 15 years with the FBI, he worked his way up to deputy director. After Jet assisted the military with the terrorist case, the president assigned her to work directly with Greg, as he typically covered high-profile cases. As the elevator descended, Jet could hear Greg's stomach growling. "Excuse me," he said bashfully. "My wife didn't make breakfast this morning." They both laughed, and they waited patiently as the elevator doors opened. The basement level of the building required special access, and Jet was told that the code changed constantly depending on which team was actually meeting there. Greg used his badge and his handprint to unlock the door of the meeting room. Once they entered, they were greeted by Josh and the other members of the team who were already present and ready to divulge the details. Greg grabbed himself a donut from the table, poured himself a cup of coffee, and sat at the head of the table where a projector was. He greeted everyone and advised Josh to begin taking minutes as the meeting had officially begun. As Greg opened the case folder, he removed a USB that he inserted into the computer that was connected to the projector. The lights were dimmed and the image illuminated on the wall. The case files usually had titles, and this one was titled The Coven. Jet saw some of the details of the folder, but Greg had access to all the contents. "What is a coven?" Jet said. "It's a group of people who practice witchcraft, or what some would call dark magic," said Greg. "Witchcraft?" Josh said, confused. "Yes, Josh, witchcraft is a real thing, you know. What do you think a psychic is?" "So wait, you're calling yourself a witch, Jet? I knew you were weird. I just knew it." He laughed. Greg stood up and cleared his throat to redirect the attention back on the case and the projection on the wall. "Okay, team, we have been investigating this group for a little over 2 years. It's a family and a few separate members from the community. But we notice over 10 life insurance policies have been cashed out in the community within these past 2 years. Somehow, the money always leads back to someone in the group. So we've been following the money and we stumbled upon this missing persons case. Satin, I believe her name is. Right, Jet? He said, looking for confirmation. Yes, Jet replied. So wait, what does the Coven have to do with Satin? Well, that's where it gets a little weird. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more short stories.